Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to do a book reading vlog thing. We'll see how it turns out. Let me know if this arrangement is better because I moved the camera so that there's not a glare from my glasses, but yeah, let me know if it's better. So, I've been trying to get back into reading. I think I mentioned it in my other video, but I was really not able to read anything when I took my summer school course, whatever. But I'm trying to get back into it. I just finished listening to a really good book. It's called Kisses from Katie by Katie Davis. The story is so beautiful. I highly recommend it. I gave it 5 stars. It is a nonfiction book. It's about this girl named Katie who basically goes to Uganda for missions work at a really young age, like either 18 or 19. It might have been 18. And through this process, basically the Lord calls her to live there, long term. And she adopts so many children while she's there. And it's just basically her talking about her life there, the lessons that she's learned, her relationship with the United States, and just how all of that works. And she started a nonprofit. It still exists today. Like, she's still alive today. This isn't something from like decades ago. Yeah, so she's still running this whole ministry. I'll put the name of it, but it's this school for kids, and it helps them to like have their basic necessities met because a lot of people in the area that she lives in Uganda don't have their basic necessities, food and clothing, and they're living in just like terrible conditions that I wouldn't even think of. So she talks about all of that in the book. It's so convicting, and I just love how it's told as well. It's very conversational. Storytelling is amazing. There's a book on my digital TBR that I want to read. It's an ebook. It's called, I think it's called When the Cherry Blossoms Fell, or is it When the Cherry Blossoms Bloom? I don't know, but it will be up on the screen. I have been wanting to read that book since last year, and I just never got around to it. So that will be my next read. I forgot, but I did want to show you guys another book that I got. It is a textbook. If you've been watching my other videos, then you probably know by now that I am just really into science at the moment, at least. So, I ended up purchasing this book because I want to learn more about like cells and tissues and stuff. And I was thinking in my head, I was like, I don't have to wait to take a class. If I really want to learn more, I can just read it because I have the resources. So this is the book that I bought. What's it called? Weider's Functional Histology, a Text and Color Atlas. I am super excited. I actually opened this in front of my mom, and I was like pointing out all the interesting things in here. Like, yeah, like all of that stuff. She was very disinterested, but that's okay. But it did say that it comes with like access to a website where you can use a virtual microscope to look at different tissues and stuff. So I'm really excited. I'm going to try my best to be consistent in getting through this entire book while I'm in school, which is going to be hard, but um, I think worth it in the end. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I just recently bought this and I'm stoked. Hey guys, so it's the next day. Um, I don't know why I clapped like that, but I did not film anything else yesterday because I was just tired and I didn't feel like it. But yeah, it's the next day. I wrote down a list of things I need to do today, so I don't know how the vlog is gonna go, but there will obviously be some reading in there. I totally forgot that I had Bible study this morning, so that's what I'm going to do first. And then I'm also going to show you guys my Bible basket as an update. So I'll show you now. So it's a little messy right now, but whatever. Like my wrist brace isn't supposed to be in there. But I did kind of want to show you guys. Let's see. I don't know what's new and what's not. These are some stickers. I'll show you why I have them in a minute. This is just like a note. It has some scriptures on there. My mom wrote this, so. And then this is a gospel tract. So this is like what you pass out to people. Let's see. Yeah, I honestly haven't read it yet, but I want to, so that's why it's in there. And then I have this devotional. My highlighter and pen is on it because I'm always using that now, but it says The Power of a Positive Woman. I really, really like this devotional. It's very bite-sized, so it's super nice. And then I have my nighttime journal you guys have already seen. I have my Bible notebook for reading through the entire Bible. You guys have seen this already too. You guys have seen my health journal. And then I have my NLT Bible in here. I'm actually using an NIV study Bible right now, one that I've already had, but I didn't put it in there because it's so messy, like the pages are falling out and stuff. And then I have this in here because this is the book that I want to start reading, The Resolution for Women. And this, I have been loving using these. They're just like little sticky notes. Is that focused? Yeah. And so you just kind of check off how you're feeling and you write a little bit about it. And then I just stick it inside my journal and then I start like journaling even more. It's been great. I love these. I recommend them. This is my current journal, just a regular composition book. This is my notebook where I write down prayer requests and then I write down like when they're answered and how God answered them. And then, hold on. And then I did have to cover some of this up, but this is something that I got at church. So it's a bingo card, and the challenge was basically to, get bingo for the summer, but you're completing different things like reading a gospel, inviting someone to church, that kind of thing. So I'm going to just continue on with this and try to like basically fill in as many as possible even after the summer is over. So I've loved this. It's been like really challenging for me, so that's great. So apparently, I was really tired. I kept yawning, and then I think after that, I took a nap, and then I woke up, and it was like 3 o'clock. So I slept for a couple of hours. Um, yeah, but after that, no, before that, I did my Bible study with my family. I think I already made a note about that. And then after my nap, I ate, right? I don't even remember, guys. I was really, really tired. But I ended up starting the When the Cherry Blossoms Fell. So I am on chapter 3 now. I made the font really big, but yeah, it's good. I actually really like the writing in this book. So When the Cherry Blossoms Fell is a historical fiction book. It is basically about um, like Japanese internment camps. So it's gonna be detailing like when all the Japanese born males have to like leave the country and then what it's like for this particular family. But what I love about it is that it's through the eyes of 9-year-old, yeah, 9-year-old Mashiko. I don't know if I'm probably not pronouncing her name right, but it's through her eyes, and because she's a kid, like she's so innocent, and so she's hearing that these things are going on, but she's like not really processing it. Like she doesn't fully understand. So it's heartbreaking because you already know what's gonna happen. Like you already know that the family is gonna be separated. You know that like the dad is not gonna be with that family anymore, and she's like very close to her dad. And so there's just all these things that are happening around her that she doesn't understand. I looked this up on Goodreads, and I think I want to say the rating was like 3.5, maybe a little bit higher than that. So we'll see. One thing that I don't like about this book is how it writes like time passing. I end up getting confused because I don't know like how much time has passed. I wish that it was more clear and it just said like, oh, 1 month later or 3 weeks later, so that I could know, because I kind of had to keep like going back to figure it out. But yeah, really good. I like how the characters are written. I like the descriptions of just little things, like things in her household, or um, like just stuff that she's doing after school, all of those little moments, because I feel like it's going to be a good parallel between what her life is like now and the freedom that she has now versus when she gets into this internment camp. So, not really a happy story, very heartbreaking for sure, but very well written. So, I like it so far. Hey guys, so it's Tuesday. Um, yeah, it's probably close to 7 right now. This morning is kind of busy for me because I start school today, and then I need like a temporary parking permit to park at the school. I forgot to print it out, and then I tried to print it out last night only to find out that we didn't have like ink in the printer. So it was kind of late at night when I did that. So I just had it like printed ahead of time somewhere, and then I have to go pick that up. And then I have to get gas because yesterday I also tried to get gas. I tried to get gas before work, and then both of the gas thingies, whatever they're called, like weren't working for me. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow. So now it's tomorrow. But yeah, so this reading vlog is going to be really kind of choppy because I just have other things that I'm doing, but I'm trying to like sprinkle the reading in there. But I did I'm still reading When the Cherry Blossoms Fell. I'm on chapter 4 right now. So far it's good, but I will say like I'm kind of annoyed. So the reason that I'm annoyed is because again, the story is about like this family that gets sent to a Japanese internment camp. And so it's really, honestly, it's a very, very beautiful book because it's from the perspective of Mishiko, who is like 8 years old right now. So it's just like the innocence and purity of it. Like she doesn't know what's going on. And I just love that it's from her point of view. I feel like it makes it so much more touching. But what's annoying me is that her mom, Aiko, so now in this chapter, they're at the internment camp, right? But her mom, Aiko, told her that they're on like vacation. So she still doesn't know what's going on. And then she's like telling the daughter, because the daughter is looking around and she's like, this is like horrible. It's not how they're used to living. The conditions are poor and everything. And then her mom keeps telling her, like, oh, you should be grateful, be thankful that our family is still together and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, she doesn't know what's going on. Like, how is she going to know what to be grateful for if in her mind they're just going on a vacation and they've literally been on like better vacations? So the mom is kind of annoying me, I'm not gonna lie, because she just I get that she's trying to like protect her child and maybe doesn't want her to hear those things, but at some point you need to tell her what's going on because now they're here, you know, and it's not going to be a vacation. You have no idea how long it's going to go on for. And so it's like you really need to tell her what's going on, like in a kid's way, in a way that she can understand. But yeah, that's what's kind of annoying me. But so far, so good. The only thing, again, that I'm not liking is like, the time. The transitions, I don't feel like they're very smooth. They're not bad, but I'll like read one chapter and I'll be really, really into it. And then the next chapter, it skips. And like, I don't know if it's months later, weeks later, or what, but it's like you get invested into a certain time point and like a certain scene, and then it skips to the next one. But there's not really like a good transition. So that's the only thing. Otherwise, written very beautifully. I actually really like how it's written, all of the descriptions and stuff that she uses. I'm not one to really care about the details of like how the house looks and all of that, but she writes it so simply and beautifully, that I really like that and want to imitate that for my own writing. So, yeah, really good. But I like am running out of time, so I'm going to do my quiet time and then get ready to leave because I have some errands before I go to school today. I got all of the stuff that I need. This is not really like the size that I wanted it to be. It's quite an irregular shape, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But at least I got what I needed, and yeah, time to go to school. So I just finished chapter 7 of When the Cherry Blossoms Fell. So this is where I'm at right now. Oh, you can't really see that. Okay, never mind. Anyway, oh, it's, yeah, I don't know. The writing is just really good. Like, I know that I've said this already, but there's just something really good and simple and beautiful about the writing, and I just find it fascinating. So I wanted to read a little bit of it. This one, like, these parts kind of hit me. So Mishiko and her mother Aiko, they're like kind of basically looking at like old pictures, and so they're looking at a picture from Mishiko's like mom and dad's wedding, if that makes sense. Also, I know I mentioned how Aiko was kind of like getting on my nerves a little bit. Like, it was just, I just didn't really like the fact that she's not telling Mashiko what's actually going on. But I feel like I have more empathy for her after reading this chapter. So, anyway, I'm going to pick up from here. Let me see. It's actually back, back. Okay. It says Mashiko picked up the photograph of her parents' wedding. You wore your pearl necklace. Her mother's fingers went to her throat. Your father gave it to me as a wedding gift, she whispered. The pearls came from a very special place. I know, Mashiko cried out in excitement. I know where your pearls came from. You do? Her mother said. Where? They came from Pearl Harbor, Mashiko said with a smile. I heard about Pearl Harbor at school. Like, to just stop there, like, can you imagine the shock? It says both women gasped, but I'm like, I get that. Like, there's just this whole thing that's going on, and Mashiko is so young, like, she doesn't even understand. So I can just imagine them. It's the mom and the aunt that are in this, like, house or the internment camp that they're in right now, like, hearing. I can imagine Aiko's mom. No, I can imagine Aiko hearing her daughter say like Pearl Harbor and just being like horrified, you know? So it just really stuck with me. And then let me see the other part. Oh no, my laptop just like X'd out of everything. Anyway, so I don't think it's like a huge spoiler, but I don't really want to ruin it. So we'll just say, something happens, and basically her mother is crying, right? And this chapter ends saying Mashiko didn't want her mother to cry. She wanted her to wear the pearl necklace. Her eyes filled with tears as well. Like, that's what I'm talking about, where it's so simple, but I connect with it. Like, it's still that like emotional connection, and I always thought that you had to be like more detailed, like really describe the tears, really describe what the person is going through. But they're just saying it so simply, and maybe it's because of like the nature of the topic too. That you kind of already know that it's sad, so you have more of that emotional connection. But yeah, Chef's Kiss, beautiful. I am loving it so far. I don't know what my rating is going to be, but probably pretty high. Hey guys, thank you for watching my random clip of me making pancakes. I This vlog is just kind of like everywhere, but I'm just literally showing you snippets of my life. I have not really been able to record myself reading because I've been reading like when I wake up in the morning, but before I'm like out of bed. And I'm usually reading it on my phone, and I record on my phone for these videos. So, yeah, I haven't been able to really show that, but I am now on chapter 11. I keep trying to show you guys from here, but it just doesn't work. There we go. Kinda. There. I'm on chapter 11, so I think I'm about to hit the climax. It's been very interesting. It's been good too. There are some inconsistencies, or just one that I noticed, and it's with the way that they talk. So, the grandfather in here, I'm gonna try to find it actually. Let's see. And I don't know anything about the author. I don't know if the author is. Sorry, I'm still trying to find it. I don't know if the author is Japanese or not, but I just found this little inconsistency interesting. Here it goes. So, Mashiko is going to school now. They put her in a school, and it's her first day. So, she said, "What if no one likes me?" she said in a low voice. Not like you, Gishan's eyes crinkled at the corners when he smiled. You are a nice girl with a smart head. Why they not like you? That's fine, but he wasn't talking like that before, and that's why I say that it's an inconsistency, and that's why I'm wondering if the author is Japanese or not, because when you're writing for an ethnic group and a culture that is not your own, these type of inconsistencies can happen. So that's one thing that I found. And then I talked to you guys about how I actually liked the simplicity when they're expressing their emotions, but this one in particular I didn't like. I'm not going to say what the context is because I don't want to give it away, but I'll just read this. So, this is her aunt talking. She said, "That won't change anything," Sadie yelled. Then she slumped into the chair and put her head in her hands. "That won't change anything," she mumbled. I just feel like this particular scene, it required more emotion. There needed to be more detail for me to really connect with it, because it's this huge blow up that happens. You know, it's like it's hitting everyone, the situation that they're in. And yeah, like Sadie just blew up just now, but it doesn't feel that way. When I read it, all it feels like is she yelled and then she sat in her chair. I just think that it could have been improved, you know? But so far, so good. Like I said, I'm on chapter. What chapter am I on? 11. So I'm on chapter 11. In the previous chapter, we were introduced to a new character. His name is Clarence, and Clarence is one of Mashiko's schoolmates. And he seems really nice. They seem to be getting along, but I'm nervous because I'm like, is he really nice, or is he gonna do something that like somehow gets her family in trouble? So I'm distrustful right now, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So I think we're hitting the climax. I'm excited for that. I will say it's kept me interested for a long time, which is good. Every time I read a book, I tend to get like halfway in and then I want to read something else, and that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So I'm going to, push through and continue to read this, because I want to see how it ends. This book is also a part of a series. I think there's 3 books in the entire series. As of now, I don't feel motivated to read the rest of the series. So it's a good book, in my opinion, of course. This is all just my opinion. I think that it's a good book, but I'm not like so into it that I want to read the next one, which for me kind of shows how it's not going to be a 5-star read. Chef's Kiss, beautiful. I am loving it so far. I don't know what my rating is going to be, but probably pretty high. When I read, what was it called? The Prince Warriors series by Priscilla Shear. When I read that first book, I was really interested, and so then I kept reading it. I haven't finished the last one yet. I have borrowed it from the library, and then it was time to return it, and I never finished it, but I still want to finish it. And that's what I'm kind of talking about, where it's like those types of books I feel like get higher ratings, but we'll see. My mind could totally change by the time I finish it. So yeah, I'm on chapter 11. And then I think the next book that I'm going to read, because I'll probably finish this one relatively soon. I feel like it's a fast-paced read, and if I didn't have like a busy schedule, I'd probably finish it earlier. Not that it matters, but I'm just saying. But yeah, the next book that I want to read, I think, is The Yada Yada Prayer Group by Netta Jackson, which is a book that my sister read, and that's why I have it right now. So, yeah, hopefully I get to this, and I actually have this on my Hoopla account so I can always read it as an ebook. Because for some reason, I feel like I read ebooks faster than print. But we'll see. I can go back and forth with it. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Yeah, I'm gonna end it here, and I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.